All right, those were the top headlines that we are tracking for you at this hour. And now let's talk about markets. Now, the newly created Polymarket accounts have made several high profit from well-timed bets on US geopolitical actions. The surprise is that those bets were made just before key announcements by President Donald Trump. Those wagers have led to widespread suspicions of insider knowledge. According to reports, a number of newly created accounts on the Polymarket predictions platform made bets of a US-Iran ceasefire just before the truce announcement. The bets were highly specific, well-timed bets on whether the US and Iran would reach a ceasefire on April 7th. Analysis of crypto platform WION has shown that a minimum of 50 accounts or wallets placed substantial yes bets on Tuesday. One of these wallets cashed out with a profit of $200,000, while another made $125,000. The yes prediction resulted in several other new wallets making hundreds of thousands of dollars in profits. Now, critics have once again raised questions and claimed that those bets seem to indicate insider information. Previously, on March 21st, nearly $70,000 was bet on the outcome of the truce by 8 newly created accounts on Polymarket. These bets came just hours before Trump announced a truce, earning those accounts over $820,000. Online prediction markets such as Polymarket and Kalshi are rapidly becoming a feature of modern warfare. However, these accounts are anonymous, and it is extremely difficult to trace the owners of the crypto wallets that lead the bets. The latest Iran ceasefire bets are not the first instance of such trades on Polymarket. Before this, the start of the war, 6 to 12 accounts, mostly new, placed roughly $90,000 in bets hours before the US struck Iran on February 28th. Those bets earned over $1 million in profit. Earlier in the year, just hours before Trump announced the removal of Venezuelan President Nicolas Maduro, one account created on Polymarket placed bets to the tune of $30,000 to $32,000 of that event happening. Those bets earned $400,000. The Polymarket accounts have often displayed exclusive behavior. They were newly created wallets depositing funds within 24 hours of a major event. Bets were made only on that specific outcome. Experts and politicians have raised concerns that these trades belong to insiders with connections to top policymakers. Senator Chris Murphy has called for investigations into war profiteering. Reports also noted that Donald Trump Jr. sits on the advisory board of Polymarket's parent company, and that has led to intensified scrutiny of the platform's oversight. And to tell us more on this, we now cut across to Adhya Juneja for the latest. Based on recent activity, Adhya, market activity, social media posts and headlines regarding and by US President Donald Trump, they've triggered massive trillion-dollar swings in US stock markets as well as far as the value is concerned within minutes, fueled by speculation. Take us through the latest details that you're picking up.
Right, Kanishka, those trillion-dollar swings in under an hour really highlights how Trump's posts and deadlines have turned markets into a high-stakes casino. And as you've seen with Polymarket bets landing perfectly timed and questions swirling around insider knowledge. For our viewers, let's paint the full picture on this volatility now. Global markets have been jittery since the Iran conflict kicked off, but South Korea took the hardest hit. If we see the trend in Kospi plunged over 12% in a single day back in March. The worst drop ever as oil spikes from Hormuz threats hammered their tech giants like Samsung and SK Hynix. Higher energy costs squeezed factories, sparked inflation worries and triggered a near bear market. Just like a wildfire, that chaos quickly got picked up. If we talk about Asia, Japan's Nikkei swung widely on import pains. India's Sensex shed trillions from rupee weakness and import bills, and even US indexes saw growth fears as eclipse inflation bets. Oil jumping from $70 to over $120 fueled it all, eroding profits everywhere from airlines to autos, as we are already seeing. Yesterday's oil action tells the tale too. Crude opened nearly $110, crashed to 91, that hovered around 95 after over the 20% of bloodbath, which was the second worst day since 2020 pandemic drop. Another 2-week ceasefire announcement might offer a breather. But these patterns scream caution. What we have seen till now is that Trump has changed the timeline a lot of times already. Let me give you some examples of the extensions, Kanishka. March 20th, 48-hour ultimatum extended 5 days to 23rd. Another 10 days to April 6th. And then last minute 2-week truce right before the deadline. So 1 minute it's lights out forever, and next it's talks going well. Well-timed trades before every ultimatum or extension suggests someone knows the script early. If we can bring the graphics here for our viewers to see, Iran's ceasefire bets are not the first instance of such trades on Polymarket. Traders placed bets just before the US struck Iran on February 28th. Earlier in the year, one account created on Polymarket placed bets of the removal of Venezuelan President Nicolas Maduro, just you mentioned, hours before Trump's announcement. In the latest, the White House has issued a staff-wide warning cautioning employees against using confidential information to trade in financial markets or on emerging event betting platforms. Exporters worldwide are still eyeing the Hormuz Strait nervously. Global supply chains hang in the balance. Investors worldwide stay on edge. Portfolios have battered, trying to hunt rebounds, and one wrong Truth Social post resets the whole madness, Kanishka.